My lips are very red, I am aware. I am sat right next to my bedroom window, and outside my bedroom window there is an alleyway in which people walking down it can see me, can look through my window and see me. So because I'm sat right next to my window, like, this is natural light. So hey guys! So this week I wanted to do an entire spooky week. So this is the part of the video where I started babbling about how I'm really sorry I didn't do an entire spooky week because I was going to upload this on Sunday, but then as soon as I finished filming this I decided I was going to do a spooky week, so just start a spooky week, okay. So this is not in the least way creative or really that spooky, but I'm going to do the Halloween tag. I'm not really the biggest fan of doing tags, but I did want to make this video. I did this last year and I tried to do a spooky week last year and it didn't work. Maybe next year. Next year we'll see. We'll see whether my creative juices are flowing next year. There is a whole family in the alleyway. If they look up at me, they can see me filming myself. Cool. Let's have a look at the questions. Halloween tag. Ooh. What is your favourite horror or Halloween themed song? Bringing out the nerd in me, I really like the song Rest in Peace from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because there's an episode where a demon possesses the entire of like Sunnydale, and this demon possesses everyone to like burst into song and dance, and it's called Once More with Feeling. But there's a song that Spike sings called Rest in Peace, and it's quite spooky. It's like set in a graveyard and it's all about him dying and stuff, and so it's cool. I like it. I always listen to it around Halloween.
So leave me be and let me rest in peace. Let me get some sleep. Let me take my love and bury it in a hole 6 foot deep.
Name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or an abandoned building. Fucking Pennywise. I watched it a few nights ago. So now I'm like, have you ever played with a Ouija board? No. And I always said to myself, I will never ever play with a Ouija board, but like, I have this, it feels like a rebellious urge in me to play with a Ouija board. But I don't want to play with one in my house. I don't want to play with one in like my friends' houses. I just want to play with one like somewhere outside. It's one of those things that if I were asked to do it, I probably wouldn't say no. Like if I were at a party and they were like, oh, we're gonna play with the Ouija board, I'd be like, yeah, okay, you know. Number 4, favourite horror monster or villain? I know I just said I wouldn't want to run into him, but I really like Pennywise in the film. And I think the only reason I like him is because he's played by Bill Skarsgård? Skarsgård? I don't know. It's Swedish. I can't with the Swedes. I really can't. But I really like him a lot. I really like him. And I think he does the character really well, and I like the adaptation of Pennywise into this like modern clown thing. Number 5, the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you while you were alone. I don't really get many creepy things going on because if they happen I either one suppress them or like explain them away, so then I just forget about it. The other day when I was at Lucy's, she was in the bathroom and I was sat in her room, and her room was like really warm. It was like really cozy. I got like big jumper on and I got the quilt around me and the heating was on and it was very nice, very cozy. None of the windows were open or anything, and I felt this thing go past my ear, but I had my hair tied up and like a few pieces of hair were down and my hair went like this. It felt like something like blew my ear and like behind me and was like so that freaked me out a little bit, but that's not, I don't know. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Not by myself, but maybe if I was with people. Because wouldn't that be great content? Are you superstitious? Yes. But I believe if you want it to come to you, it will. And if you want things, like if you provoke things and you like make fun of them and you don't respect them, like you see all these like YouTubers doing Ouija board and 3 AM challenges, and if you provoke things like that, I think then it will come to you. But I think the more you think about it, the more it will come to you. Do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? All the time at my nan and granddad's house. All the freaking time, and it scares me. Like not here, but in my nan and granddad's house, I'll be like looking in the mirror doing my makeup and their window is one that goes like round, and I swear there's always something outside the window and it's terrifying. Which urban legend scares you the most? There's an urban legend about the forest that's like right next to my house. It's literally, I can see it from here. And there's an urban legend of black-eyed children living in there because it's a massive forest and there's so many legends of that forest. And the one that scares me most is the black-eyed children because I think that's pretty terrifying. Do you prefer gore or thrillers? I prefer a thriller. Like, I can tolerate it, I don't mind, but I'm a fan of a good thriller because I think they're just a lot more interesting and there's always a good storyline in a thriller. Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? I think I do, but like I'm not sure. Overall, like just as a concept, I think I do. Have you ever made a potion of any sort? No, but my mom used to practice witchcraft, like very briefly in the 2000s and like when I was growing up, I think until I was about like 8 or 9. And she had like all these little bottles of things that you put in potions and I always wanted to try and do it, but I never did. Do you get scared easily? I get scared very easily. Oh, okay, look at the sound. But for some reason I still continue to watch a dozen horror films and I don't know, it still terrifies me. Have you ever played Bloody Mary? No, and I never intend to. Ever, because mirrors anyway scare the fuck out of me, so no. Do you believe in demons and the devil? Yes, I do. I'm not going to elaborate on that. I do. You don't have to agree with me, you don't have to believe in them, but I do. Okay. You're home alone and you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? Grab my fucking backpack and get the fuck out. If you could get trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? The Conjuring. Because one, it's one of my favourite films, and two, there's only one child who gets affected by it, like who actually gets possessed. The rest of the kids just have to stand and watch, so I just stand and watch and be like, oh shit me. Whereas something like Unfriended, it's like all of the teenagers die. So if you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would you be? I don't know, probably like someone who likes to sleep. I don't know, so I'd be comfortable. Would you ever go to a graveyard at night? No, I wouldn't, because they scare the frick out of me. I actually live very close to a graveyard. Right opposite my house is a church, and then a little bit down the road is a graveyard. And a few nights ago I was meeting one of my friends and she had to walk up, the road is called Cemetery Road, and she had to walk up Cemetery Road, and I was like, I'll meet you on Cemetery Road, like, because it's right in the middle. So as we were walking down it, it was like 9 o'clock I think, and it was really dark, and it was so scary. We didn't even go in the cemetery, but it was just so scary to walk past. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? Probably like a sword or like a machete or something, because you don't have to like reload, and you know, you can just get out of my fucking way. I don't know, I never really think about a zombie apocalypse. Would you rather go to a Halloween party or trick or treating? I think a Halloween party, but in my area, because I don't like Halloween parties that are really far away. It makes me look really ginger and my eye look really brown. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? I would probably end up being the final girl. I'd probably end up being the one who's like left by themselves and doesn't know what the fuck to do. Do you have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie so you can go to sleep? If it's a horror movie that I've never heard anything about and it's like really, really creepy and it's genuinely scared me, then yes. But a lot of the time now, horror films don't scare me as much as they used to, because they're all kind of the same and they're all kind of predictable, and it's just kind of like... And I usually talk my way out of horror films, so like, for example, I think to myself why that could never happen to me. Whilst watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the one with their eyes closed, or the one who falls asleep? I am 100% the person that yells at the TV, even if it's a regular show. Like, especially in horror films, I'm always like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Or like, you know, I am that person. There we go. We can sit like this for a bit. Are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? I am definitely the one who gets scared. Favourite scary book? My favourite scary book is The Exorcist. I have it down here. Oh, actually I have two. Oh, crap. In the month of October, I have been reading scary books more because I'm getting into horror. And I really like The Exorcist. I think this is like this is the original book, but this is like a anniversary copy, and I borrowed this from my friend and now I finished it, so I'm going to give it her back. It's really good. It's like an original classic. Yes, love it. And I also have this one, which I bought in Sweden, and first I only picked it up because of the aesthetic, like. And this is called My Best Friend's Exorcism, and it's really, really good because it's like a proper teenage novel, but then it gets scary, and it's really good, and it's a really nice feel to the book. How old were you when you saw your first horror movie? I was 14 because for a long time I avoided watching them, and then when I was about 14, all my friends were like, we're gonna watch Paranormal Activity and you have no choice, you have to watch it with us. So I watched it and I was shitting myself, but now I'm a lot better. I'm good. What was your first Halloween costume? Probably something like a witch or a cat, but one I did have that I can remember. I had the costume for my mum's birthday party, but I'm sure I wore it at Halloween as well. I was Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, and I hairsprayed my hair black and it went all over our white sofa. So what are you going to be for Halloween this year? I haven't got anywhere to go or any parties, and I don't really see the point in dressing up if I've got nowhere to be. So I'm not gonna be anything for Halloween this year, which is sad because I love Halloween. And the final question is, if you could have a spooky Halloween pet, a black cat, an owl, a bat, a rat or a wolf, what would you pick? I'd probably have a wolf because they're closest to dogs, and you can domesticate a wolf. You can't really domesticate like a cat or a rat or anything. And I would domesticate my little baby wolf, and I would make him the best wolf that there ever was. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's not very much, but yeah, that was my attempt at spooky. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. Okay, bye.